it is time for the first episode of Stories from the Hood. I know it's a corny name, but that's the best I can come up with right now. This series will be about my neighborhood, or the area surrounding my neighborhood, and I will guide you through some of the stories and the abandoned buildings in my area, and what they were supposed to be and why it never happened. I thought I was walking home from doing my blood work in my local clinic, LabCorp, and I saw at least 3 places which were supposed to be something, but never were, so for one reason or another. So I thought to myself, why not talk about it? Nobody's really talking about my local stories here, or at least on YouTube as far as I know. So I figured to myself, why not? But first, I do have a shameless plug before we get to that. As you can see here, I'm finally starting my my podcast, or my stream, whatever you want to call this. Weekends with the Handsome Cynic. My first guest will be Nikki from No Radical Leftist Agenda. She mostly streams on Twitch, but she also has a YouTube channel. I don't know what we'll be talking about, but we will be having some fun. We'll be talking about a lot of stuff, so everything, I have nothing planned. So we'll see what happens. Join us on this Saturday, the 19th. I believe it's the 19th. Yes, the 19th, at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, possibly 8 Eastern. We haven't gotten together yet to come to a definite time, but it'll be either 7 Eastern or 8 Eastern Pacific. I'm trying it again. 7 or 8 Eastern, 7 to 8 Eastern, 4 Pacific. Jesus Christ, I can't even spit it out properly. Anyways, that's the shameless plug for the podcast stream this Saturday, the 19th. And let's get back to our little story today. Now, this building here was initially, when I was a kid, a local bank. It was called Prospect Bank. It was the most local bank you ever heard of. Prospect Bank. It was abandoned, I believe, in the mid-90s. I could be wrong about that. This building was abandoned for about 10 to 15 years until one day I moved back to this part of town, because before I'd moved to the other side of town, so I have not seen what was happening here. And so I came back to town, the west part of town. I live in Trenton, and I see this medical home pharmacy coming soon. The phone number's there, and supposed to be retail pharmacy, compounding, and a home pack, and urgent care clinic. It's supposed to be everything, all in one. This is back in 2010, 2011. These pictures, by the way, I took today, but I walked by there. But at the time, we were promised it was supposed to be a local clinic. It was supposed to have an affordable pharmacy. It was supposed to have all the care that we could need for the neighborhood. This is 2010. It was supposed to open in 2011, mid-2011, something like that. Because I remember walking by there and just seeing how they were constructing everything. Excuse me, apologize for that. And and then 2011 passed, 2012, 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and so on and so forth. It never opened. And you can see the signs even fading. It was like, it's that old, It's been there such a long time. That, to this day, this property is still abandoned. As you can see in these photos, it's pretty messed up. See, you see more of the pharmacy, urgent care center, the free and this is newer. They used this property very briefly to promote the COVID-19 vaccines. They even did vaccinations here at one point, very briefly. You can see the building is not in good shape. It's been abandoned over 2 decades now, and nothing is being done about it. They haven't touched the property to this day. Let me make this closer there. As you can see, there's supposed to be all these services, which never happened. The reason why this popped up is because, which I would do a separate episode on, so that's coming. So make sure you check that out. Probably next week at some point. The Mercer County Hospital closed, which is our local emergency room / hospital, which was initially owned by the county in the city of Trenton. for this area where I live in. Unfortunately, it was bought up by a private hospital company called Capital Health, which maybe you heard of, maybe you haven't. But Capital Health promised not to shut down the hospital. So they've had it for like 5 years. It was operating fine normally, and then one day out of the blue, they shut it down. To this day, the entire property is abandoned. In fact, I'm going to go down there later this week and probably take some photos for the video, for episode 2 most likely of Stories from the Hood, to show you guys in the horrible, dilapidated state the property's in. I can't even spit out my words in this video. That's how pissed off I am. Sorry. But this came out of that. This promise of this pharmacy / urgent care clinic / it's supposed to be a lot of things all in one. And it never opened. For reasons that I do not know. I tried looking into this, why it closed, why it never opened. I don't have a clue. I can't find anything on it. It's just nobody gives zero fucks about the poor people that live here. That includes me. Nobody gives a fuck about us. In fact, you know that the Mercer County Hospital they closed? I'm going to get into more of this in the next episode, but they moved it from Trenton to Hopewell. Hopewell, New Jersey is a pretty wealthy part of the state, as you know. If you were living in Jersey, you would know this. It's a gorgeous hospital. I've been there. I mean, my sister had 2 of her children there, so I've been there. It's a gorgeous hospital. But there's no way that people from Trenton can get to that hospital, especially if you don't have any money. So I'll get into more into that the next episode. Right now, I just wanted to briefly talk about this building. There's another plot of land which was never used, which is supposed to be a Head Start for young children and also an elementary school, I believe, which never, it's again, 10 years ago was promised to us, and it was never constructed. They didn't even start construction on that one. And so, whoops, again, I keep closing these things out. And so that's another episode that's coming soon. So look out. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little video. I mean, I'll continue doing these, and because I think somebody needs to talk about the local stories of my area, and nobody's really been talking about them. So I figured that maybe I would do it, because why not, right? I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, another shameless plug. I'll be doing my Weekends with the Handsome Cynic. First episode is going to be with Nikki of Radical Leftist Agenda. I hope I got her name right. I think it's Nikki. I'm so bad with names. So if it's not Nikki, I apologize already. But I'm horrible with names. I know her face. I know we talked to her many times, but I don't know. I forget her name. I'm pretty sure it's Nikki. Well, I hope you guys check this out at this Saturday, the 19th at 7 Eastern. If we have to change the time, I'll let you know on Twitter. Follow me there at Angel J Rivera 08. You'll get all the information about this podcast / stream, whatever you want to call it. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace out. Try actually stopping the video first.